Hey guys, it's Mr. Fine here. I know I can't be with you in person, but I thought I'd give a bunch of you guys who were interested in coming out for shot and disc some tutorials. Obviously, the majority of you probably do not have a shot and a disc at home, but there are two things that you can use to practice with. For this disc demonstration, I'm going to be using just a good old frisbee. Now, the disc is nothing like a frisbee, it's a lot heavier. And even the things I show you to do, if you try doing it with the frisbee, it might not necessarily work, but at home it can get you the feel of what it's going to be like to hold a disc. For those of you going up to high school, or for those of you who are going to be trying out next year, you'll have a good heads up on to how to hold and the form for throwing a disc. So if you have a good old standard frisbee, it doesn't even matter the size, because to be honest with you, in disc, the discs are different size for girls and boys. But I'm going to show you how to hold it. So to start out with, you're going to find the middle of your disc, or your discus, your frisbee, the middle of it. And you're going to take your pointer finger. Here are my fingers, there's the pointer finger. You're going to take your pointer finger and you're going to slide it so it meets the middle of the frisbee. So your pointer finger right in the middle of the frisbee, just like this. Once the pointer finger is in the middle of the frisbee, you're going to slide your fingers down so that your four fingers, not your thumb, but your four fingers are touching the edge of the frisbee. Now, here's what you don't want to do. You don't want to take your fingers and wrap it around the frisbee. Don't wrap it. Your fingers so that your finger pads, that's where your fingerprints are, your finger pads are at the edge of the side of the disc. So if I were to take the disc and put it at my side, I would be able to hold it there. However, I'm not grabbing it. So if I were to lift my hand up and turn the disc this way, it would simply drop out of my hand. All right, so try that a couple times. Again, take your finger, you're gonna put it in the center, you're gonna slide your four fingers out to the edge and rest your finger pads on it. Your thumb is just going to rest on top of the actual disc. Once you are holding the disc, the easiest thing to do to hold it is to put it down to your side. All right, you could hold it literally as you're standing here, because again, the disc is resting on your finger pads. All right, now the disc is a little heavier obviously than a frisbee. All right, so when it comes time to throw it, you want to usually take your other hand and use it as a safety hand. You're going to keep it underneath the disc, especially when you have it like this, because if I were to take my non-holding hand away from the disc, it would fall to the floor, because again, I'm not grasping the disc, I'm just resting on my finger pads. When it is time to throw the disc, you place the disc on your throwing hand. I'm lefty, I know most of you are righty, so it might be a little bit different here, but you're going to leave it dangling down. You're going to take your non-throwing hand and place it on the bottom. Then you are simply going to do this. I'm facing you, I'm facing the camera, but that means I'm actually throwing in this direction. I'm holding the disc on my back arm. I'm going to be throwing in the opposite direction, even though I'm looking at you. If I were to look where I was throwing, I'd be looking this way. All right, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take the disc. Again, use my safety hand just to hold it so it doesn't fall out. And what you're going to do is you're basically going to put that arm to your back, rest it to the side. We'll go basic for now. And you're going to, again, with that safety arm, bring the disc around and in front of you. As your arm comes across your body, it's also going to angle upward. If you notice it's a 45-degree angle. All right, so it's going to pass your face at a 45-degree angle. All right. You do not let go until it is past your face. All right, so from here, it's going to come around your face. Now, as the disc is coming around, I'm also going to rotate my waist and my feet in the direction which I'm throwing, which is that way. So as I'm throwing, my waist and my feet are going to point in that direction. So when I release, I'm actually looking in the direction that I'm going to throw. Until next year, we might not be up to the throwing point, but you can have fun with it. Again, don't throw it by your house. Don't throw it by people. And again, don't use anything heavier than a frisbee for now while you are playing around with this. But that is your basic tutorial of how to hold and throw a disc. Enjoy.